So the last time we saw the Mustang, mate, you just run 9s, and I thought, oh, that's awesome. But clearly it's not enough because you've stepped things up. Let's go back a minute. Tell us a bit about that setup. It was a stock engine?
Yeah, so we had a standard FG Barra turbo engine.
Yeah.
Just the basic bolt-ons, so oil pump, gears, valve springs, just some basic cams just for some sound. And then, yeah, the car was running comfortable 950s with pretty average 60, so 150, 60 footer.
A bit over 500 kilowatts.
Yeah, it's about 500 kilowatts at the wheels. Yeah.
Yep. And I remember then you were saying that you wanted to build another engine.
Yep.
As you do. So tell us a little bit about this one. The turbo's obviously changed, hasn't it?
Yeah, so we've gone, previously we were running a smaller 3584 RS, so now we've stepped it up to a G42-1450. Yeah, custom manifold, 60mm gate. It's basically everything else is tunnel vision, so runs tunnel vision intake manifold and his built motor. And
so it's a full house tunnel vision engine, but Jason was telling me earlier it's still got the Ford crank in it?
Yes, correct. Yeah. So we wanted to test the boundaries and see how fast we can go with the standard crank.
Yeah. And so, it's got Haltech EFI in this one?
Barra plug and play, IC7 dash, and virtually all the catalogue of Haltech, I guess. Yeah.
And you've just taken it for a drive and you were saying how responsive this is.
Yeah.
And this is the 1450 version, isn't
Correct.
it? Not the compact?
Yep. Very minimal lag, so it's just on. Yep.
Yeah.
Instant. So
yeah.
Very drivable. So yeah, awesome.
And what sort of power are you hoping to make with it?
Look, I'll leave that in Jason's capable hands. So, but I think it'll be north of 1,000 horsepower. So.
Horsepower, right. Unlike a lot of highly modified cars, yours is actually, well, fully engineered, isn't it?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So the car is basically engineered as you see it with everything. So 100% street car, drive with the family, 2 kids in the back. We've got some custom-made baby seats inside.
I saw that.
Yeah, and I was lucky enough at Vic Roads to get 1966 M for a 1966 Mustang.
Was that, did you ask for that, did you?
No, it was just coincidence. Yeah. Yep.
And you've also got a lot of these cars I've seen with 6 cylinders in them. They obviously don't run the factory.
Yeah, correct. So the original goal was to have a 100% street legal car. I didn't want to chop any towers out. Yeah. This is full factory firewall, factory strut towers. Nothing's been cut on it, so we achieved that. There's a lot of mucking around because 65, 66 are the smallest bays in the Mustang.
And on the inlet side, obviously, you haven't got a whole lot of room, have you?
No, it was a lot of work, so credit to Jason. He made it work, and it works, performs great. EGTs, everything's within 25, 30 degrees of each other, so it's pretty good.
A lot of the times when we feature American cars, the number one gripe from people overseas is, oh, it's a right-hand drive.
Yeah.
But yours is actually left hook.
It is. I'm actually left-handed as well, so it's fits like a glove for me.
Yeah. So engine back, tell us a bit about that. Like you're obviously on a radial tyre, but are you still running a leaf spring setup?
No, so we've got it's got a complete McDonnell Brothers rear end in it, so fabricated sheet metal diff, runs Viking shocks, coilovers front and back, and it's a full link setup in the rear end. Runs a 275X tyre. It's got a Keys built 2-speed power glide in it. Trans brake, all the fruit basically. So
there's really nothing left to do with the car, is it?
No, so the only thing left now is roll cage and the parachute. That's the only thing left. So, and some racing.
You're sort of silly not to put I know so many people don't want to cut the car up, but if you're going to give it a race, I mean...
Yeah, correct,
You'd hate for something to go wrong.
Yeah, no, we're going to make sure it's safe.
It's not like a new car that's got heaps of safety in it. I think people seem to forget that.
Correct.
Well, let's get it on the dyno and see what it's made of. I get to 900 kilowatts. 1200 horsepower though, far out, mate. You've got to be pretty happy with that in a Mustang. And this is something you've built at home, yeah?
Yeah, so the whole car's virtually been built at home. Pretty painful on jack stands in the garage, but yeah, I've owned the car for the last 10 years or so,
Yeah.
gone through a couple of different engine combos over the years, but
Did it have a V8 in it?
yeah, it had a V8 in it, a little 347, which was pretty good. It was pretty fun while it lasted, and then obviously it was time to, I enjoy racing, so it was time to take it to that next level, and yeah, here we are today. So
Yeah. Now, is there anyone you'd like to thank besides yourself for building the car?
yeah, look, the car hasn't really left my sight other than really being at Jason's shop, so I'd like to thank Jason. He's a very knowledgeable man and a man of his word, so you know, we've achieved exactly what the goal was and more, so I'd like to, you know, thank him for his support and professionalism.
To see tough street builds like Zlat's Mustang and many more, Tunnel Vision's King of the Street 6 is back at Heathcote Park Raceway on March 6th and 7th, with classes consisting of 235 and 275 radial 1/8 mile and outlaw quarter mile drags, as well as roll racing. For more information, check out kingofthestreet.com.au.